What's going on, everybody? We made a post recently about the changes with our company, and I wanted to say something because I got some private PMs about those changes, and a lot of people seem to think just because we added those changes that we're somehow going out of business or anything, and it's not. What you're seeing is a lot of things that dog trainers deal with on a daily basis with clients, right? And it is to be assumed if a dog is totally out of whack and has no boundaries and is going through a lot of emotional things, it's because the household is out of order. And this is why the dog is all over the place. And I want to touch on that real quick. And I want to say, if you have alcohol problem and you go to AA, and when you get into AA, you stop drinking and you come home and all the alcohol is still in the house, you're going to revert back to drinking. So it's the same thing if you send your dog off to a dog trainer and they have a lot of issues, and then you get the dog to the trainer and the dog improves, but nothing at home improves, the dog is going to revert back to what they were doing. That's the best I can actually put that. Number two, these issues cost us money. I never complain about it. I never have fretted about it. I've never said anything about it. And I just don't have that type of money to continue on with these issues. Either they have to stop or we have to change what we're doing. And if we can't change it, we have to force the owners to comply with it. That way we can kind of survive on the back end. When you have 5 or 6 dog trainers and you're paying them all out through these funds, say you pay $2,500 for dog training and there's 5 dog trainers, that's like $350 a dog trainer, right? I know it's a lot of money to the owner, but it's little money to the trainers who spend time day and night with the dogs and help develop the dogs into better citizens. And then when you don't try to change your behaviors on how the dog reacts in the house, how they're around people, then you're not going to see a change. You're not going to see a change, right? It kills us when we have dogs come to us and we're lied to, or it's left out that the dog is not potty trained, and we spend all this money on cleaning supplies and shampoos because we've got to wash the dogs constantly. So we're washing dogs constantly, we're definitely not training them. And after you spend an hour washing the dog, the last thing you want to do is hop in there and start training them, right? And then the owners get upset when they don't get a video, but you know, people lie, dogs don't. You can tell us whatever you want, or any other trainer, whatever you want about your dog, but after they have it for a week or two, they're going to figure out, everything you told them is a lie. Because the dog can or they can't do it. That's all it is. The dog either will or won't do it. So it's not a thing where you could say something and it didn't happen and the owners are going to the dog's magically going to do these things that they never did before. They're going to not do things that they always do, right? And I know it's embarrassing. But if your dog is going to be successful in training, there are 2 things that are going to happen. 1, you're going to be completely honest with the trainer. And 2, you will change when the dog comes home. If you don't change, you won't see a change and you're just wasting your money. A lot of dog trainers will say, keep it coming, right? They don't mind getting that money from you, from your dog, and whatever else it is you're paying them to. So that was what the post was about. It was simply about that situation. Restructuring the business, getting things in our house in order so that we can continue to survive. If I get 1 dog every month, I'm fine. I'm fine with that, as long as that we're able to spend time with the dog, the owner is completely honest with us, and we're able to make a change, and the owner changes how they're living at home. So that's really what it was about. It wasn't about directed to anybody personal. These things have added up from different situations. One being dogs coming to us that have extreme parasites and worms. We don't find out about it until the dog is with us after about 2 weeks. Once the dog starts dropping in weight, and then we have to medically help get them back up. So there's a lot of things that go on in this stuff. There's a lot of details dealing with dog training. And, you know, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to sit up here and take the blame or use my own personal funds to keep things afloat that we shouldn't have to. I'm not expecting to get great dogs or superior dogs that are magically the best dogs in the world. I am expecting to get terrible dogs. I'm a dog trainer. I expect that. But then when we have to deal with the other end of the issue with the owners, it hurts us big time. So we spend more time dealing with stuff we shouldn't deal with than training the dog. And if you don't address it and you don't put it out there, then you're just going to keep dealing with it until you go out of business. I want to thank a lot of my loyal supporters for backing me on it, for private messaging me, for commenting on the page about it, and for applauding me for having the courage to say something about it. If you didn't like it and I posted it, then it was about you. If you didn't care and it wasn't an issue, then it wasn't about you. Plain and simple. It wasn't pointed at any individual person. It was just a post about all the things that we're dealing with, and we're trying to survive, and we're trying to make lives better with dogs and the owners. And we're going to get the owners to help us out on this. We're not just going to do this on our own. They're going to help us out. If you want people to respect you or respect what you're doing, you have to create boundaries. Boundaries is why the dogs do well when they train with us. Boundaries is what some of the owners don't have. They don't know how to, right? So this post was not about any individual person. This post was simply about the things that we deal with and that we no longer are going to do. And you'll see a difference in change and things, right? We're no longer going to tolerate a lot of this stuff. So if it seems like it was harsh to you and we're not going to use us, that's fine. I won't lose a sleep over it. I won't have to deal with that mess with that dog and the trainer. If you think that it was a good post and that it wasn't directed towards you, and a boundary should be created between owners and trainers and dogs, then your dog is going to be very successful with us, and we're going to move on. At the end of the day, I'm responsible for these dogs when they're in my care, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with the major issues. I have a lot of people contacting me about having their dog trained as a service dog or a protection dog, and their dog has no lack of any kind of genetics to do none of that stuff. I'm not evaluating that no more. You are a grown adult. If you have a dog that has a bark but no bite, and you bring the dog to me, you're going to pay the full package. And if your dog doesn't do well, then your dog doesn't do well. I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't have time for it. So again, this wasn't about an individual. This was just about us and what we're trying to get done with our company. So you guys be good. God bless you. And you guys have a great day.